We are code word for Bad Sushi Cannon, biscuit. BSC biscuits. Fresh, not even a day old. This is the third in our series of the character biologies of Bad Sushi Cannon. We're focusing on Sam, and our delicious old school cover made with colored pencil and ink technology from back in the day. So Sam has only one real flaw, which is pretty outrageous, is that her temper is like matched to her height. Very short temper, almost no temper at all. It's like a rageaholic type of thing, which isn't good. Living in like a small spaceship with two other people, it'd be like being on a submarine, and you're constantly angry about something. So a lot of the artwork we draw her with, she's either beating up Eddie or beating the snot out of Fang. That quick jump to rage or violence is part of the lies that, like, the captain tells. You know, getting lied to and having no reason to trust people, especially when there's like life and death involved, is kind of a common theme with her. So, I can show you how the artwork too has evolved with her over the course of the issues. Kind of have a stable height now. There was some panels where you can see she's like an inch taller or shorter, and that just has to do with getting better as an artist, getting better with the panels. So she has a level head up into the point of snapping, and it's almost like there's no in between. And I think that's written some women I've known in the past, but also it's like a personal experience where like you can just snap. So it's like, yeah, it's a flaw that a lot of people do have. And it's fun to just kind of put it in a comic book form. People can relate to that. And it's not like her only driving force. It's not just anger. She is actually the member of the crew who was responsible for maintenance. And later on in the issues, during the actual like vehicle repossessions and the like space vessel repossessions, she's in charge of like stripping down the components for ships and cars and stuffing all sorts of goodies in the places where there's not supposed to be goodies for the other repo men. The not very on the straight and narrow kind of boss they have. So even though she's got the angry face, kind of a playful character too. It's an ode to the 1980s cartoon, some of them like the April O'Neil kind of stuff. Not Gem and the Holograms, because I never watched that. I'm a very butch man and didn't have sisters who watched it all the time. But the look is kind of based somewhat on that. A lot of like Disney stuff too. You just can't get away from it. But you can watch the evolution. The face there. It gets a little bit more three-dimensional in my head at least, so it's easier to draw them at the 3/4 angle views and from like behind the ear and stuff. That isn't always easy to do even with your own characters. And then the facial expressions are really important with her because the anger, you can't just do the same angry face, you know, gritted teeth, knocking out somebody. Costume changes on her are just kind of, I don't know, Space Ace costumes, or this one is like a Wild West themed robot man, so I kind of try to look at the Annie Oakley, Annie Get Your Guns and stuff, you know. So I have one here where she's actually doing maintenance later on. It'll be kind of cool, you just wait. Being that angry, she's not exactly fearless, but she's definitely like combative, like more combat ready than say Eddie, who's just, like I said, he's kind of like a lukewarm, just kind of there for the ride. One of my favorite panels here, because it's like a it's one of Bollywood's 22 panels that will always work. If you're ever interested in like you're stuck on panels, I looked into it right around this time, and like there was a heck of a lot of help for panel work, even like these simple drawings like these. It's not exactly like DC or Marvel style comic drawing, but it's I mean, it all meshes. All this stuff really counts for like when you're stuck. If you look at those pandas, look to like the old masters like that, they can show you where to go, like seriously. So, characters have changed a little bit. Hers wasn't really a radical shift so much. There's just a few design choices with the face that keep her more consistent now. Like I said, the expressionism, when she's angry or when she's doing like the acrobatic stuff like this, it's pretty fun. And let's see if I have that here. Let's see, I think this one's right here. Oh. So here's one of the actual maintenance. Doing actual maintenance and stuff. That's a space screwdriver. It's much more science fiction-y somehow. And that's kind of their job. So Fang's the captain, he flies. Eddie is the guy that breaks windows out of cars to repossess them and stuff like that. And then Sam does the polish and makes them look like new again. And when there's someone who's out of line, she usually smacks them around or does whatever she feels she has to. It's the same mentality though as Fang, where she's kind of self-serving and mostly money-oriented. And they're all like that. If you were to be in space and you were going around to basically steal cars, so it's legal stealing of cars, you know, everything's going to be based on money for you. So she's kind of manipulating Fang into giving her more money because, of course, he lied to her and to everybody, so he should get less cut because they almost died a couple times. And I just want to show this because I'm really proud of this money over here. Zoom in on that. The cool C notes. Frog skins, or whatever they call them in this one. And that's Sam in a nutshell. Very angry, short temper, but smart enough to stay level-headed where needed to be, and probably the most useful combatant when stuff goes down, up till now. So that's their driving force in a nutshell. You got Fang's kind of the lying, manipulative guy who's in charge of flying. Eddie, who's just there for the ride and he likes to open locks, he's very good at it. And there's Sam, who can make things look better, fix things, and also break bones by accident. So if you liked what you saw here, and I hope you did, go ahead and check out our little Indiegogo campaign. It's Bad Sushi Cannon graphic novel. It's 170 pages. There's going to be all this and more. There's going to be a gallery in there for you. Get that graphic novel, score it for yourself or for a loved one. Nothing says I love you like the gift of Bad Sushi Cannon, by the way, for Valentine's Day or whatever's coming up. You can also follow us on Facebook. We have a Typo Comics collective you can check out. YouTube has Typo Comics as well. Our Instagram is also Typo Comics, and I believe that we are on Twitter. So go ahead and follow us there, do some correspondence, and we'd be happy to have your acquaintance and our Bad Sushi Cannon comic in your house. All right, thanks for staying with us, and we'll see you next time.